Number 7, sweet, sweet, sweet 7. Wow. It's so love floating. Love. It's love. You just let go, and every day this week I've practiced some really deep breaths. The very slow inhales in, the holding it for 5 counts, and the even slower exhale. And I do at least 5. Most try to get to 10, but I don't always. It's intense work, and I feel my body breathing with a whole new capacity. There's more room. There's more room to fill up, and the slowest breaths I've ever had are in the float tank. There's no meditation breathing that I've ever done that brings me down, that calms me down, that allows me to be so slow and thoughtful in the world, in myself, in my own head. And yeah, sweet 7. So much love. It was great today. I was thinking about the text from Lisa before my float, and it was letting me know that Critical Northwest was advertising for a new producer, and she thought of me. And I love producing events, but that event, so much responsibility, and yet I was intrigued. So I thought, going into the float, I'll look into it. I'll read the posting, I'll reach out to Liz, ask her some questions, think about what the questions would be, and then ask those questions. But in the float, my body, I was channeling Alexia, and my body was giving me some sharp messages on the right side, and about that's not the work I should be doing next, that would be a distraction from the work. And I thought, okay, well, if I'm not doing that, how can I show up in the community in a new way? And I thought about that story. It's terrible. I remember the message in the story, but I don't remember where the story happened, or even who told it to me, or maybe even the context setting for the location of the story itself. But the message was that in a carnival type setting, circus type setting, event type setting, where there was lots of different things that a person could do. A person could go over here or go over there, play this game or interact in this way. But this one table booth interaction that had the longest line was the one where the person running it was just listening and looking at the other person. And I thought about Hug Deli, the long and uncomfortable story I always tell about my friend Pam. And why do I always tell that story? And do I give long and uncomfortable hugs? People seem to respond positively to them. And that makes me think that they're maybe not so uncomfortable. Maybe they are, but maybe there's like a third layer, like a better layer that happens after that. If you can move through it, and get to that other layer. You know, I had to wash the disco glitter off my face and my hair from the false lashes and the makeup from the Solid Gold disco dance party I was at last night, dancing to the wee hours. That's why I look so fresh and young today. I thought of an interactive booth, and the first name was the Human Mirror. And I would just reflect themselves back to themselves through my gaze and my body language. And then I thought, that might feel pretty scary for me and for them. And so then I just thought about a thing that says be seen. I thought about my head going through a mirror, but then I'm like the talking mirror, but then I don't want to talk. Or do I? I don't think I do. I think it's about listening and seeing. And are they talking, or are they just looking back at you? Is this just intentional eye gazing? And maybe that's all it is. Well, anyway, I was really intrigued by that idea about having that kind of interaction with strangers. And, you know, maybe I could just set a table up down at Green Lake Park and experiment. Experiment with it. Have a sign out saying, step up and be seen. Yeah, step up and be seen. What would that be like? Huh. Is that my big idea from today's float that I have to execute because it's Action August? Action August. So then I thought about a platform for engaging as a professional in the world, and the kind of headline, I believe in you. I believe in you. I was thinking about the conversation last night with that older gentleman at the Solid Gold party, and how I asked him not what he did for a living, or not my standard, how do you like to spend your time? But I went in a little deeper and asked him to reveal something spectacular about himself, a talent or a unique skill or trait that he has that he enjoys doing. And he acted stumped, paused, really lingered on the question. And then he started telling me about his love for interior decorating and interior design and colors and shapes. And so I said, so this week, go to moo.com. For $19.99, you can get 50 cards. Pick a color palette that speaks to your essence, and you are David, somebody, interior designer, and you've got your phone number and your email, and now after next week, you can introduce yourself as David, the interior designer. And that kind of seemed to blow his mind, but then he leaned into it, and we kept talking about what that could look like and his experience. And, you know, he'd have photographs of things he's done, and so there's your portfolio. He got pretty lit up, and then we went in even deeper and talked about the Ripple Revolution. Thanks, Kurt Rosengren. Talked about the Ripple Revolution and how he was commenting on my positive energy, and that I was showing up and bringing it, and he got lit up by it, and now he's holding that light, and he's going to move out through the world and share that light and impact other people by his power and song. And then we'll just have more people singing their beautiful heart song in the world. Oh, jeez. I really like today's float. It might have been my very favorite. My very favorite. This is good stuff. If whatever two people ever end up watching these videos, I hope this speaks to somebody to either interact with a different way when you're out in public networking at an event, or maybe challenge yourself with some of those deeper questions. But book a float if you're curious. Find one near you and get in that tank and let go. Let your mind wander. Set your body free. Stretch and move. It's wonderful. All right. Onward with my day. Bye for now.